Hello my beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maggie and I do all types of self-care, skincare, and spiritual care types of videos. I would love for you to stick around though by hitting that subscribe button so that you never miss another self-care video from me. But if you're here because of the title, then yes, I have 10 tips to clear our energy for the new year ahead. 2021, we are leaving all the negativity here. We are going into the new year with peace and tranquility and clarity and blessings, and we don't need any of that negative stuff with us, right? So let's jump into these tips now. So clearing your energy is letting go of anything that is not serving you so that you can create a space in your life for more peace, happiness, clarity, joy, prosperity, like all of that good stuff. So we have to make way for that. So my first tip is to monitor your inner dialogue. We have to steer clear of negative self-talk and criticism. I know we all may have like that inner saboteur, right? That inner like hate voice, right? But listening and believing those thoughts and those voices in our head can be so detrimental. It can often, keep us in that dark place. So make sure that you are preaching to yourself, you are encouraging yourself and uplifting yourself and speaking love into yourselves, because there's a lot of negativity and jealousy and hate out here, and all we need is ourselves and God, right? So definitely monitor your inner dialogue. My next tip is to limit your interactions with people who drain you. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Like, those people are not elevating with us in the new year. So we don't have to worry about pleasing them. Like, just limit your interactions. And I'm so serious about this. People who only call you to gossip or to drain all of their issues on you. It's time to politely limit your time and interactions with said folks, okay? It's different, than being like a listening ear for a loved one. But Lord, we can only do so much, right? I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm definitely not God. So we can only do so much. So just accepting and pondering on all of the drama that has nothing to do with you in the first place needs to be cut off. Whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's co-workers. Like, I know we all know that those people who's just immersed in drama and problems and who just never wants to like elevate or level up in life, like, those are the type of people we do not need around us, okay? And I have a video all about that too, all about cutting off toxic and negative people right now, okay? So go ahead and check that video out after this one. So now that we've let go and cut off all the negative and toxic people out of our lives, now we have to limit and avoid all of the gossip and complaining and bad news on social media. We have to unfollow all those people on social media too. Negative pages, people who's posting just so negative and evil and just, it's not on the same mindset as you. Like, why are they still, attainable? Why are they still part of your friend list? I don't understand that. Like, all of that bad stuff, even like the news, like finding yourself in the news all day, like all of that negativity constantly every day can rub off on us somehow, some way, and it's just really bad for the brain or for the soul. And I really had to, take a step back and reevaluate myself on what I'm watching on TV or even on YouTube, right? So we have to watch the outer dialogue as well, okay? Another way to clear your energy right away is to detox or fast. Drink plenty of water, detox your colon and your liver, right? All those late nights and going outs that we be doing, like, especially with this quarantine 15, like, I definitely suffered from it too, but it's just a good way to cleanse and clear your body from all the toxins and impurities so that our body is not just running off fumes, right? It actually has some nutrients and some good stuff going in there as well. All right, my next tip to help to clear your energy is to sweep your aura throughout the day. And what I mean by that is be more aware of your emotions and feelings and take as many rests as you need throughout the day. Like, it's just not healthy to dwell on that one thing the kid did, your children did that made you upset, or you want to ponder what your husband did or what your wife did before they left, like it still irritated you, like you're still mad about whatever that is. Like that's just not good to do. Like, it's important for us to continuously sweep or be more aware of how we're feeling, if we're giving off love or if we're giving off aggression and frustration all the time. And if you have kids in the home, then of course we know that's not the best environment for our kids to be in, right? So as mothers and as wives, it's very, very important that we sweep and that we check ourselves throughout the day. That's a great way to clear our energy again, right? Throughout the day. All right, tip number 6 for clearing your energy is creating a daily morning routine, specifically for like self-care, which I would probably mention in every video because I believe self-care is very important, because it's important to put a little bit of time into ourselves at least once a day, right? And yes, I mean physical as well, right? Facials, mani-pedis, maybe you need a quick little bath, you want to soak your feet. Anything you consider self-care, maybe it's reading a book or catching up on a show, like anything you consider to be self-care, we have to create that daily routine for, giving loves back into ourselves, right? We're giving love to the hubby, we're giving all our love to the kids, but who's giving all that love to us, right? So it's very important to put that time back into ourselves daily, okay? Daily. All right, tip number 7 for ways to clear our energy, and that is to take a spiritual bath at least once a week. Yes, a spiritual, intentional bath once every week. And I will have an upcoming video all about that, because that's definitely one of my favorite things to do, is to take a nice, relaxing bubble bath with all of these spiritual intentions with it. So spiritual baths are just infused with salts and herbs and essential oils and things like that, which is a great oral cleanser for yourself. It also supports healthy circulation, and the sweat from the steam is really good for us, so that your body can physically, release all of the toxins and sweat and all of that bad stuff from the body and from the glands, the pores. And yeah, I will have a video all about taking a spiritual bath, but that is very, very, very important to release all those toxins from the body, mentally and physically. So I definitely recommend that. Oh, y'all like my Michigan shirt? Hey, go blue, baby. All right, moving on to the next tip. So my next tip for clearing your energy is to forgive others and forgive yourself. Whatever it is that you might be pondering on or dwelling on in your mind, just always remember that it's very important in order for us to forgive, right? If you call yourselves a Christian, consider yourselves a Christian, you follow God, it's very important to not only to forgive others, but yourself for whatever it is that you're dwelling on, right? So we want to release and not hold on to any of that negative energy that we may have towards someone else, right? So do a spiritual prayer or some type of release, right? To let go of what no longer serves you. You can pray about it, you can write about it, you can tear it, you can burn it, like whatever it is that's bugging you, whatever it is that's on your heart, that's kind of like keeping you in low vibrations or, not really lifting your spirits. It's important to figure out what those are and then cast those cares and release, right? And again, you can do that by writing it down, and then whatever it is you want to do with it afterwards, okay? Just as a reference and a symbol of releasing, right? Releasing that negative energy. And I mean today, you guys, like it's time to release that stuff today, okay? It's no longer your concern, now it's in God's hand, okay? So my next tip is to try some type of Reiki therapy, feng shui, yoga, something to balance that energy, right? And no, I'm not really big on like crystals and feathers and using all, any certain type of thing to bring energy or to bring clarity or to, manifest anything. Like I'm not really big on that, because I think it's very important as Christians that we don't idolize things like that, okay? We don't use that in a way that, how can I say it? We don't use that as a way to get power or to get release or to get clarity. We get all that from God, right? So I love me some crystals. Like I have crystals for like decorations. I love having them around. Like I love little symbols of, like peace and things like that, things that represent that, but this is not giving me clarity. This is not healing me. This is not sending me love and manifestations. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's very important that we, hold on to that. However, I am a big believer in anything that brings us peace, any practice that brings us clarity and brings us closer to God. But yeah, I am a big believer in anything peaceful, anything prayer, anything meditation, anything silence, anything deep relaxation, anything emotional healing, and getting closer and closer to God. So I love just using those types of tools like Reiki, like feng shui, right? But I always try to bring it back to God, I bring it back to Jesus somehow when I'm praising and praying and all that good stuff. So there's all types of stuff. Just don't let that deter you from it being from God, right? Don't let that deter you that this is what I should be doing instead of following God and his practices and all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind. And my last tip, guys, is to develop a hearing sound. Immerse yourself in sound. The easiest way to do that is to cleanse your energy with the word, right? With the word of God, right? With the sermon, with gospel music, or just reading the Bible, right? That's a really, really, really great way to cleanse my aura, clear my energy, get me back centered, get me back to where God needs me to be so that I can function like him, right? When I find myself in a bad mood or in a difficult space or the kids are frustrating me, I go right to Pandora. I come right down to my sacred room or wherever I can find a quiet spot, go right to Pandora, put on Hezekiah's Walker station, Yolanda Adams station on Pandora, and I just get my life, right? I get my praise on, I'll watch a quick Joyce Meyer sermon, whatever. And just after a couple songs, just after like a sermon or just after reading a little bit, I'm just like instantly in a better mood. I'm instantly feeling better. And yeah, I think that's probably one of the easiest, quickest ways to get your energy back, right? To clear your energy, to get it back centered, right? So I'm always going to recommend that, immersing yourself in some type of spiritual sound, whether it's gospel music, hearing the word, hearing a sermon. Like, that's probably the best way to cleanse our aura. And that's all I have for this video. I really hope these tips were helpful. I really hope we put these tips into good use coming into the new year, because yeah, again, we are leaving all the negativity here in 2020, okay? So if we're on the same page, if you're leveling up with me, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss another upload, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you in another video.